just in case any of y'all want to know what $1.2 million worth of land yacht looks like, there it is. That's a pretty bus right there now. Amazing. They got it going on. Look at the little tow behind vehicle. Got a Q3 Audi. Got 1, 2, 3 slide outs. Pretty cool. This may not last too long. I've got just the fender sitting on here. I just kind of got these eyeballed in place. I just want to get everything kind of set up. I exchanged both hubs. This hub actually has a grease fitting on the inside, and then it's got this seal that actually fits this axle, but they send another seal in case you have the bigger sleeve or collar, whatever this is, where this sits, but of course that's too big, so it will be that. That's a hot setup now. Alright, well, I'm going to kind of get this hub on here so I can make sure I got plenty of fender clearance, and then we'll go from there. I don't know if y'all caught that or not. I'm attempting to make my way up to Highway 40 to Northern Tools. This has turned into another ongoing project. It's my normal modus operandi. I turn those guys off. I guess there's a wreck on the interstate. The traffic's backed up about 3 miles. So I'm going down here. Here comes another fire truck. I'm going down here to back road and go up that way, but oh gosh, hopefully I can get back on up up off of 484. I don't want to have to weave through downtown Ocala and then back out Silver Springs Boulevard. This 30-minute ride one way is probably going to turn into an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. So, and then go back and review the first part of this. See if you can see what was wrong. Okay, that's it. Bye. Gee, I hate weekends. This Infiniti SUV up here just about rear-ended the car in front of it. There's about 8 or 9 forestry trucks block traffic on 484 so they could all get on the on-ramp. Now they're almost causing wrecks because they're all trying to merge in there at about 35 miles an hour on highway speed traffic, and that's going to cause a problem. Well, there's the first casualty of the forestry trucks right there, rear-ended. These guys, I can still see them up there. They're running about 35, 40 mile an hour on interstate highway on right at 11:20 in the morning on a Saturday. I don't think they quite thought that through. Okay, here's the deal. For those of you who didn't catch it, the first set of hubs were 1-inch bearings. That was for the old axle. I didn't realize the axle was bent. So I got a new axle, but they were 1 1/16 inch bearings. So I came up here, I was going to reuse one hub, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I exchanged the hub I bought and bought an extra one, and they were both 1 1/16 to fit the new axle. However, I didn't pay any attention. Rookie mistake on my part. Anyway, I just exchanged the 5 lug, which my wheels are 4 lug, 13 inch, 1 1/16 bearings and races, or hubs, excuse me, for 1 1/16 4 lug. So I just added, counting all the traffic, probably another 45 minutes back to the house. I had an hour and a half, 2 hours to the job here on a Saturday. Okie doke, that was it. Just figure I better fess up because somebody will spot that. We're on the way back, and there's the traffic still backed up from the forestry trucks, causing everybody to jam on the binders. So the northbound side is, it's actually more now than it was right after the wreck. It's stretching back here a few miles, I would imagine anyway. That's it. Well, this is the road that goes past my road in my community, and it is backed up. Oh, we're probably about a mile now behind me, and this is in direct relation to the stalled traffic on I-75 up there because of the wreck. It was about 15 miles worth of backup there on I-75, and now we're probably a couple miles, but because it's slowed down, everybody's getting off I-75 and they're cutting through. This is what's called County Road 470. So here they are. What they think they're going to do is they're going to get off, go down here to 44, take a right, go up to Wildwood, the turnpike on 44, the I-75 and 44, get back on. What they don't realize is it's backed up for 15 miles after they get on I-75 again. That's it. That just keeps going. They're backed up. Oh gosh, I don't know how far. It's 4 or 5 miles, I would imagine. Maybe back all the way to my road. Who knows? That's it. Alrighty then. This side, sorry about the wind. This side's done. Since this axle was wider than the standard one, but I took these old bolts out that were holding the spring carrier on there, and I spaced this out with some polymer, which I had to go back to the store and get some. So the fender's good and sturdy. Got new bolts in here, and then I got long bolts here, so that's not going anywhere. That's the race is done. It's on. Here's a little trick. These bolts that were holding the spring carrier on were just about rusted off. So if you got like an impact, you could take, there's no way you'd get a wrench on that, but you could take a pipe wrench. This little one fits up along the frame, hold it up in there, and then with the jarring of the impact, it backed both of those right on off. So that was a plus. Didn't have to get in there with a cutoff wheel or a saw. So now all I got to do is put the tire on it, and this side's done. Duplicate what I did over there, and I think I'm ready to put the carpet on the bunks now when I get done there. Alright, that's it for now. Well, everything's pretty much done as far as the axle and fenders and all. Ended up having to space them out here because this universal axle was a little longer. I had to set the brackets out. I used some polymer and drilled it. The only thing I've got left is to staple the carpet to the bunks and run the wires for the of course these will have to be adjusted, but run the wires and then clean up that mess. Oh, my bride is very upset. I'm not going to tell you what she said, but it wasn't pleasant. Anyway, everything's locked and loaded. New hubs, new fenders, new springs, or spring shackles, rollers, bunks, lights, kit, tongue jack. Rain started. I did get everything but the bunks and pretty much the wiring done. So I'm happy with that. Whew. Well, another day. I've got the wires on, wheels, hubs, everything's on. Sorry about the wind. The only thing I've got left to do is the harness that came with these lights was about 15 feet long, and I measured it, time split it a whole bit. I need about 25 foot, and I had some, or I don't have any heat shrink. I'm going to solder these wires. If you notice, this wire is stepped. It's because I probably won't leave it that long, but I'll probably cut it about here. You don't want these right next to each other because it makes a big blob when you go to seal it, and it just looks nicer when you step them. Solder here, then out here, then when you heat shrink or tape, whatever, I'm going to probably solder, liquid tape, and then heat shrink. So I may put an individual heat shrink on each one of these after the liquid tape, and then over all of them with another bigger heat shrink. But I don't have that, and I did go get some more, a longer harness. You notice most of these lights are grounded. Well, this one isn't grounded, it's sealed, it's LED light. So this white wire is going to, these are all welded, these uprights. So instead of bolting it on here, I'm probably going to like drill a hole and put a star washer under it and solder it into this white wire, which is going to be a ground. Because after you come up here, I haven't tightened any of these wires or snugged them up because I wanted to see how much I was going to need. I'm going to use this. This is off the new harness that came with the lights. I've taped it up. I'm going to use this, which does have the ground wire on it. Hook it to that. And one thing you want to remember is green is always right. So usually it's like this harness here is green and brown and yellow and brown. Well, this is green and yellow and brown and white. So doesn't really matter. Just so you remember, the green's on the right side of the trailer because you don't want to go down the road, turn your left blinker on, and your right blinker on the trailer starts blinking. Anyway, that's about it. It's pretty much set. Got the bunks covered. These are, I had to go find these. There's 3 different hardware stores. These are stainless steel 3/8 T50 staples, and that's pressure treated wood, and they're just flopping around right now, but until I get the boat on it and see where they need to be, I may have to lower them, or I'm having these, I can loosen these will actually pivot. If they want to be straight up, the tops will still pivot one way or the other, which would be in this case. Anyway, it's going to be pretty good. It'll work. The fenders are over the top of the tires. Like I say, I had to space them out. It's been a project, but we're seeing light at the end of the tunnel. I could actually go get the boat. It's just one street over. I'll probably go ahead with we're finishing this trailer. I just don't want to go and put the boat on it and then work around it. I want to have the trailer done, and where it goes through here, where it goes through this here, so it doesn't wear a hole in the wire, I'll just get a little piece of rubber hose, split it, stick it around there, and then put a tie wrap on each side, and that'll hold it off. Anywhere it's, gonna seesaw back and forth and short out or rub. Alright, a little paint right there. I didn't want to paint it. I wanted to pull that tire and rim back off before I painted that. And that's about it. I need to spray this. Seems to winch okay, but it's a little rusty, but who cares, right? That's about it. Looking good. We're just about ready for the boat. I'll probably go get the heat shrink tomorrow since I didn't have any today. Finish that part up, and then sometime this week I'll go get the boat on, drag it up on this trailer and see what all I got to do to it, get it going. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.